200 rockets, 20 drones, ballistic missiles timed to the second, one coordinated strike, one night that reset the tempo of this war. And inside a modest home in northern Israel, a family of 9 sat down for iftar, unaware their living room was seconds away from becoming a blast zone. This wasn't random fire. It wasn't isolated. It was synchronized warfare across borders. According to the Israeli military, Hezbollah launched around 200 rockets and 20 UAVs toward Israeli towns and communities. At the exact same moment, Iran fired ballistic missiles. Not minutes apart, not loosely aligned, simultaneous. Standard logic says Hezbollah operates as a proxy with some autonomy. But the data reveals a paradox. This level of timing suggests tight coordination, possibly shared command decisions in real time, something rarely seen this clearly in this conflict. Air defenses activated immediately. Interceptors filled the sky. And on paper, the outcome looks controlled. Only a handful of direct hits and a small number of light injuries. But numbers flatten reality. In a village near Majd al-Krum, an AFP journalist walked into a house where the ceiling had been torn open. Concrete scattered, furniture buried. The homeowner, Khalil, had just finished iftar with his family. 9 people, 1 room, seconds to react. Sirens sounded. They moved. They didn't make it in time. The strike hit before they reached safety. Everyone survived, but barely. Standard logic says missile defense success equals safety, but the data reveals a paradox. Even successful interceptions can still cause damage, because what goes up doesn't always disappear. A local civil defense official suggested the damage may not have come from an incoming rocket at all, but from a falling Israeli interceptor missile. That's the hidden layer of modern air defense. You stop the threat, but gravity still collects the debris, and civilians are left underneath it. Israel didn't wait to respond. Within hours, airstrikes hit Hezbollah positions across southern Lebanon, targeting launch infrastructure and operational hubs. Strikes also continued in Beirut's southern suburbs, a known Hezbollah stronghold. Then came the signal shift. Israel's defense minister ordered preparations to expand military operations in Lebanon. Evacuation warnings followed shortly after for parts of the south. Language hardened, movements followed. Standard logic says retaliation restores deterrence. But the data reveals a paradox. Each response now seems to widen the battlefield instead of containing it. Over the past 12 days, the Israeli military reports more than 1,000 rockets, drones, and missiles launched from Hezbollah into Israel. That's not sporadic fire. That's sustained pressure. And this latest barrage changes 3 things: scale, coordination, and psychological impact. 200 rockets in a single coordinated wave is a sharp escalation. Coordination, well, Iran didn't just support, it actually aligned its own missile launches with Hezbollah's timing. Psychological impact, the Humla happened during Ramadan at iftar, when families are gathered, predictable, and vulnerable. Standard logic says timing is tactical, but the data reveals a paradox. Timing here is also psychological, designed to hit not just targets, but routines. So what happens next? A ground operation in Lebanon becomes more likely. Preparation orders are already in place, and history shows these signals tend to precede movement. Iran's role becomes harder to ignore. When ballistic missiles are launched in sync, the line between proxy war and direct conflict starts to blur. Ceasefire chances shrink. As attacks scale up and responses expand, diplomacy struggles to keep pace. And through all of it, civilians remain in the blast radius. In Israel, in Lebanon, different sides of the border, same outcome. A ceiling collapses. A warning sounds too late. A family survives and calls it luck. 200 rockets, 20 drones, missiles crossing borders in sync. This isn't a contained conflict anymore. It's a system of escalation, and it's accelerating.